One of the most common tips when it comes to darts technique is grouping. Grouping simply means placing 3 darts next to each other. This is important because the moment you put the first dart in a triple, it is more likely that the other 2 will also go in. Once a person with training gets good grouping, there comes a problem: deflections. When you throw the darts close together, even if the direction is correct, there is a risk of one dart being deflected by another, already in the board. Often it is the flight that is hit, as it is a very voluminous part. In this video, we will see what techniques the pro players use to handle these deflections. All darts fans, I think, have seen a video of philtaylor. I think you can immediately see that his darts arrived in the target flat, almost flight down. This was intentional because Phil used the stacking technique. Stacking means putting the darts one on top of the other, so that when you put the first one, that acts as a marker, will not tend to deflect the others, which will instead rest on it. Since the darts are resting on top of each other's, we can call it overstacking. In Taylor, this technique is very evident and has obviously given excellent results. Another thing to note is that Taylor was using 26-gram darts, which therefore have a fairly large barrel, which should make it more difficult to do 180. However, thanks to stacking, he was able to get around the problem. We can also see overstacking in another super champion, Raymond van Barneveld. As time has passed, Barney has somewhat modified the angle of his dart entry. However, if we go to older footage, we can see that the angle is quite similar to Taylor. If we look at the current PDC circuit, one of the leading exponents of stacking is Robert Owen. His nickname is really Stack Attack, and the reason is easily guessed by looking at how the darts stick to the dartsboard. The darts come in flight down, which makes it easier to put them on top of each other. To do overstacking, the basic requirement is to have the grip at the front of the dart, as you can see from the grip that Robert Owen uses. So far, we have talked about overstacking, but there is another similar method that is very used. We can call it understacking. As can be seen in the clip, Adrian Lewis is one of the players who use this technique. In this case, the first dart is thrown with the tail upwards, while the subsequent darts are stacked downwards. You are basically trying to aim the body of the first dart so that the dart that hits the body rests on it. Another pro player where understacking is evident is Dave Chisnall. From the clip, you can see how the darts arrive with their flight up and hit the body of the previous dart. One of the secrets that make Chizzy one of the greatest 180 hitters on the PDC circuit. We can say that understacking is one of the traits that distinguishes the biggest 180 hitters in the PDC circuit at the moment. Take Gary Anderson, for example, or Ross Smith. If we analyze their throw, we can see that even in their case the darts come in with the flight up, and it looks as if they are aiming at the barrel of the previous dart. Let us now talk about a trend that has been gaining momentum in recent years: long points. More and more players now use long points on their darts. Having long points improves grouping, because by moving the barrel further away from the darts board, there is less risk of deflections. If we want to give some examples among the pro players, we can certainly say Lukelittler. Luke uses very long points, 45 millimeters, but given the results, we can only say that they are perfect for him. Another player who uses very long points is John Van Veen. Van Veen combines long points with overstacking, a setup somewhat reminiscent of that of Justin Pipe. Definitely not easy to handle if you are not used to it, but probably the right one for him given the excellent results he is getting. However, there are some conflicting opinions about long tips. Some do not like the fact that putting long tips changes the balance of the dart and can lead to problems during flight path. If you are planning to lengthen the tips, pay attention to the stability of the dart. Thanks for watching the video. Write in the comments what kind of method you prefer, or if you know of others not mentioned in the video.